First of all, let's perform the operation qualification test 1, power on and power off test. First, we press power on button to power on the instrument. You can see the OptoSky logo running. That means the instrument is power on. And press power off button to press power off can power off the instrument. Complete test 1 and we move to the test 2. We need to power on the instruments to perform the test case 2. Test case 2 is used to test the user login and logout. We log in the support admin with the password which created in the IQ protocol test and press the logout at the right corner and log out successfully. Log in with the username support admin and a wrong password. You input wrong password 3 times. It can block the login. And then we need to wait for 2 minutes to log in the password to and then we move to the test 2. Test 3, create a role and username and user account test. First of all, we need to create a new role of administrator and assign the administrator permissions. User administrator have most permissions. And you can see the administrator role and you can add the user under the name of role of administrator. You can give the user a name such as Michael, and you can also call it administrator and give it a password. Confirm the password, and here you have the role administrator. That means Michael or administrator has a role of administrator's permission. Secondary, you can add another role such as a supervisor. Different pharmacy company have a different permission assigned for the supervisor. You can just select from the spectrum data and the library, master, audit trail, dictate records, dictate, electronic signature, and essentials. You can assign the supervisor permissions So let's move to the test file. We perform the laser power test. First of all, log in the supervisor and create a scan measure named laser power test. You can put 100 power test 100 measure, and remember to set up a longer integration time, such as 15,000, and laser power is 100, and then you return to the main menu to detect the scan and power on the laser power meter, and you just can select the laser power and click dictate, and you can read out the power laser is 74.5, and you can, because our power meter is not accurate, you need to multiply 1.4, and we tested about 100, and you record this. Because laser power should be shooting on a long time to keep the stable, so it's needed to. And then we create the second laser power test, 200 microwatt. And set up the manually integration time 15,000, and you can have a laser output 200 microwatt and save this method. Then return to the scan, dictate scan, and select the laser power, and you can just click dictate to test the laser power. And because we use this efficient to calculate it, and lastly we create a method of the laser test power of 300 microwatt in the scan measure, and we can add a laser power 300 test 300 microwatt, and you can have a manual set up integration time 15,000, and you have the laser power of 300 microwatt, and you save it, and then we can use access scan to select 300, and we can click dictate to test the laser power. and the laser power is accurate. Now, we can complete the test file laser power test. If your power meters is accurate enough, you don't need to transfer with the 1.4%. We are going to perform the test 6 validation test. First of all, we need to log in the instruments, perform validation test. Make sure the validation where the power star link up and press it to the button. And here you can see dictate. You can perform the self-validation test, and the test can pass it. Then complete. You need to execute e-signatures to complete test case 6. And then we move to the test 7 setup method and identification and electronic signature test. First of all, we log in the supervisor and create in the supervisor account, create a new method name, paracetamol test, followed by scanning the barcode supervisor with the account. And now you need to first of all create a new method. This is the paracetamol. This is the paracetamol, and create method. Add the method name paracetamol. Then, and you have a sample method name can be the same as the sample name. And then you can scan the barcode or input the barcode number. You scan the barcode here, like his barcode. Just make a scan. Now the barcode scan is identified, and after that you can press next. The new method paracetamol has successfully set up, and then we need to use the paracetamol to generate a new method. You can use the liquid sample cell. Press to the button and dictate. You need to perform the 20 scans to create a method. Every time HQI should over a value 85%, it can successfully save this method. It needed is perform the HQI. After we perform this, so that paracetamol usually we use it with different batches of raw materials. such as if you have purchased many batches of the paracetamol and you need to scan these all batches to save a method. So that it can improve the similarity of the raw material to be compared, to be matched. After successfully perform the 20, you can press next and input. This CAS number is you can input any numbers, just cannot be the same. And for a test, you can complete. And then we can log out and logging operator. Select method. You use the operator to log in. And input a password. We execute ID such as needed to use the paracetamol, and such as we perform 2 samples. Batch numbers is you can just scan the barcode. And then you can scan, you can perform the identification. ID means identification, such as we use the sample paracetamol and you start it. And it passed, and you record HQI and p-value in your protocols. And you can take a picture of the sample you have detected, and you can just export a report with the photos. And also you can confirm this test. And after that, suppose you use the wrong. If you use the amoxicillin to detect, but test result failed, and it shows you can complete it to make a record of why the amoxicillin is failed. After you have successfully recorded, and you need to execute the e-signature to input the operator's account and his password. So that you return to the main screen, you can find history record that it had the unknown spectrum. It had the unknown spectrum records here. And we log out to log in the supervisor. And the password. And the login. We try to find the dictate historical record. To check it, you can check it. This is operator's fair signature, and you can perform the electronic signature. You check it, click check it. Okay, you confirm it. So your supervisor can check and confirm the operator's record. And further, let's move to the test A. Test A is create a new library, scan historical test. First of all, is needed to log in as a supervisor, and in the role of the supervisor, you can create. First of all, let's log in the spectra. It has a new spectral library of paracetamol, and you add a library name, a new library name that's of our test lab, and then we can confirm it. Paracetamol is created under the new library name of test lab, and you create the scan method, and you add a method name. Scan a method name scan, and put his laser power. Maybe you can set 200, and you can save it, make it integration time as such as 2000 millisecond, and save it, this figure configuration. Yes, save it, and then you need to generate a new spectrum. In the spectrum library, use the scan test. Use the methanol. And you save the methanol library under the test lab library name. CS number is just for our references, so the user just need to input any CS number, but it cannot repeat it, and save to the test lab library name. The library has different folders. You can save your own library. Spectrum ethanol. You have created the ethanol and run the scan test. Use the ethanol in the vial. We use the scan test. Here our engineer didn't use the liquid sample cell. It's better to use the liquid sample cell. And now ethanol has created, and next you input the ethanol. methanol. Also, save it in the file of test lib and confirm it. Lastly, we use the scan. Select scan test to scan the ethanol, methanol, it's 99% match, and input the batch. You execute the e-signature. And then we run scan test using the methanol. Also putting the liquid sample cell, and it passed. You can input the batch number. And you assign the e-signature. And we can check the history record of the methanol and the ethanol. Check the historical record. And then we need to move to the next, let's perform the test case 9. Pharma ID data export test. First of all, we can connect to the pharmacy management server. Open the software on the desk to run the pharmacy server and the pharmacy management client. And use the admin to log in the and now we need to connect the USB to the computer so that we can use the user account support admin instrument user account to the connect state is true. That means we can click synchronize to synchronize the database to the computer. After we have synchronized our database to the computer, now is waiting. You can see on the computer screen, you can see synchronized processes. Usually, the synchronized libraries will take a longer time if your library is many, and when synchronized complete, you can see synchronized complete, and now you can close it. So that means the synchronized database has complete. And here you can click the records. You can see that double click this record, you can see the spectrum here, and also you can double click it. You can save this scan test method to the folder path, and you can successfully save it on the computer desktop or the folder path. And you can open the Excel and to draft a graph. First of all, you need to select the material and wave numbers, and use the raw data and wave number. Select data. You need to select x-axis and y-axis. And then you can click OK to save it. This is the scan test graph database in Excel. And then you can open the paracetamol, and you can export the paracetamol TXT file. TXT file. You can download it to the computer, and also you can open it in the Excel and draft the database. Can copy it in the Excel, and then you can also graph them in Excel. Now you have the paracetamol graph in Excel, and then you need to export the spectrum library database of method, and save it in a computer and draft it in Excel. You can select the scatter and draft it. You see the graph database with the Excel has complete. We have complete the test 9, Pharma ID data export test. Next, let's move to the test 10, Pharma ID reporting test. And in this reporting test, first of all, you need to click audit trail, and you can export, report export, and you need to click it. Now You can also detect records export report, and you can save the report, and you can record the report name, scan, test, and also you can, after you have export reports from the audit trail and detect records, you connect USB to the computer, and now we can log in the management client, and to open the management client to synchronize the database to the PC. And you can open the server and the client. Now, we also use the logging the user account and password to synchronize the database. And now, synchronized database is running. Till synchronize complete shows on the computer, you can complete it. Synchronized. Just wait a while. Now it's synchronized library. Now synchronize complete, and we can close the synchronized windows and select the PDF report. You can just see the scan test 1 and the records we have just generated, and you can open it here. You can download it on the computer, and you can also print it to the printer. And this is the audit trail X report. You can also download it in the computer and print it to your printer. Now we complete the test 10. Let's move to the test case 11. Is needed to open it? Yeah, this is the scan test 1 PDF report. And also you can open it. This is the audit trail report. It takes a record of all the activities we have performed. Then let's move to the test case 11. First of all, logging management server, logging IT admin, and password to logging, then logging admin to management. Logging admin and password login. And here you can click data management archive to you can archive fill the serious number from the date of from the day you want to archive till the end day, and click archive. You can archive all the database. And also, after you have archived the database, process complete. So you can see here is the archived records. And also, you have the data management archive. Data can be retrieved, the data. Yes, the selected data can be retrieved. Okay, after retrieve is complete. Yeah, retrieve is complete. So we complete the test 11. Let's move to the test 12, audit trail test. We log in the admin to management client, and you can use the admin to log in. Now logging is successfully. Here you can see the audit trail. Yeah, all this is audit trail. You can see the instrument audit trail and management audit trail systems displayed separately. After review the audit trail, you can select all events for report. That's the end of the list.